At Kansas last Sunday, Denny Hamlin led 131 laps. He had the race in his hands. He was half a lap from the white flag when Cody Ware spun and sent everything into overtime. In that overtime, the car that beat him, the car that has now beaten his number 11 Toyota 5 times this season, belongs to a team he co-owns. Let that land for a moment. Denny Hamlin is 105 points behind in the Cup standings. The driver doing the damage is Reddick. The team writing the checks is 23XI Racing. And one of the men who built that team, signed that driver, and celebrates every one of those wins is Denny Hamlin himself. This Sunday at Talladega Superspeedway, that situation does not get simpler. It gets a whole lot more complicated. Before we get into it, every fact in this video is verified and every source is linked in the description below. No speculation, no hot takes without evidence. Check it yourself. Hit subscribe and let's go. To understand what makes Hamlin's position so remarkable, you have to understand the structure of what he has built. Denny Hamlin is the driver of the number 11 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. He has been with JGR for over 2 decades. He has 61 Cup wins. He needs 6 more to reach the 67-win target he has set for himself before retirement. A retirement that, by his own admission on his Actions Detrimental podcast, is likely coming at the end of the 2027 season. He has approximately 60 races left in his Cup career. But Hamlin is also the co-founder and co-owner of 23XI Racing, the organization he built alongside NBA Hall of Famer Michael Jordan. 23XI fields 2 full-time cars, the number 45 of Tyler Reddick and the number 23 of Bubba Wallace. The team won its charter rights after a landmark antitrust lawsuit settlement with NASCAR in late 2025. And in 2026, they have become one of the most dominant operations in the garage. Here is the exact situation at Talladega this Sunday. Denny Hamlin, the driver, sits second in the standings, 105 points behind. Denny Hamlin, the team owner, has a car that has won 5 of the first 9 races of the season. The driver he signed, negotiated for, and publicly called an elite talent is the man running away with the championship that Hamlin himself has never won. That is not a conflict of interest. That is something far more layered than that phrase suggests. Now here is where it gets interesting, and where this story goes deeper than anyone is currently covering it. Hamlin has never won a NASCAR Cup championship. In 21 seasons, 61 wins, 3 Daytona 500s, no title. He came closest in 2010, 2019, and most recently in 2025, when he led the final laps of the Phoenix season finale and a late caution swung the win and the championship to Kyle Larson. He said afterwards on his own podcast that he never wants to race a car again. Those were his words. He came back. He is now in his penultimate season. 60 races left. His stated goal is to win a championship before he retires. And the driver most likely to prevent that from happening, the driver leading the standings by 105 points, is Tyler Reddick. In a car Hamlin owns, after the Kansas loss, Hamlin was honest about how much it hurt. He said, and these are verified quotes, "I took this one a little tougher because I just want to capitalize. I've only got 60 races left, and I just want to get these wins when I should be winning." He knows the clock. He is watching it. Now add Talladega. Superspeedways are the great equalizer. They are also the track type where 23XI Racing has been historically strong. Reddick won the spring Talladega race in 2024. 23XI has won 4 of the last 9 Cup races at Kansas, a track that rewards the same drafting instincts and team coordination that Talladega demands. And with NASCAR flipping the stage structure this weekend, 98 laps in Stage 1 followed by 2 45-lap sprints, the racing will be flat out in the final stages. No fuel games, pure chaos, Talladega chaos, the kind Reddick has already proven he can navigate. So what does Hamlin actually want on Sunday? This is the question nobody is asking out loud. He answered it himself on the CBS Sunday morning program earlier this season, appearing alongside Michael Jordan and Tyler Reddick. He said, "Winning always requires sacrifice." "You are going to sacrifice something," Jordan agreed, and then Hamlin, almost as if catching himself, acknowledged that winning as an owner and winning as a driver are 2 different feelings. He said when the team wins, everybody in the building celebrates. But he also knows every race Reddick wins, Hamlin the driver falls further behind. He is not rooting against his own team. That would be absurd and it would be dishonest to suggest it. But he is also a 45-year-old competitor with 60 races left, watching the championship window close 1 Reddick victory at a time. That tension is real. It is documented. And it is something no other driver-owner combination in modern NASCAR history has had to navigate in quite this way. When Reddick was asked about the dynamic, his answer was telling. He said, "When the boss is here, we have to deliver for him." Michael Jordan has attended every one of his 5 wins this season. The boss dynamic is real. The pressure from above is real. And Reddick is delivering it straight back into the championship fight that Hamlin needs to win before the curtain comes down. So what does all of this actually mean going into Talladega? For Hamlin, the driver, every Reddick win at Talladega is 55 points he cannot close. With the new chase format putting the top 16 on points into the postseason, Hamlin is safe. He sits second. But second in the standings is not a championship. And with 60 races left in his career, the math of catching Reddick gets harder with every flag that drops. For 23XI Racing, a Talladega win would be the 6th of the season. That is not a hot streak anymore. That is a dynasty in the making. Every win adds to the case that what Jordan and Hamlin built is not just competitive, it is the standard. And that is a legacy Hamlin, the owner, should be proud of, even as Hamlin, the driver, watches the title slip further away. For the broader NASCAR story, this is a situation the sport has never quite seen. A driver chasing his first championship while co-owning the team of the man most likely to deny it. No rulebook covers that. No media training prepares you for that interview. And no fan watching this season should take for granted how rare and how genuinely strange this moment in NASCAR history actually is. Here is the question I want to leave you with, and I want you to actually think about this one before you answer. If Reddick wins Talladega on Sunday and extends his points lead to 155 or more, at what point does Hamlin, the owner, have to accept that Hamlin, the driver's championship dream, is over for 2026? And if that happens, does he come back in 2027 and try one more time? Or does the man who said he never wants to race again finally mean it? Drop your answer in the comments. This is one of the most genuinely interesting storylines in NASCAR in years, and I want to hear where you stand. If this gave you something you did not see on the highlight shows, subscribe. Source links for every fact are in the description. That is what this channel does. Talladega, April 26th. Denny Hamlin's own team is the biggest obstacle between him and the championship he has spent 21 years chasing. Nobody in that garage is rooting against anyone. But the math does not care about that.